Well, welcome back, everybody, to Pickleball for All, the greatest pickleball podcast on the planet, at least in our own minds, right, Cooper?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here with my partner in crime, Cooper Wesley. He's our director of pickleball at the Pickleball Factory, and he is my expert on everything pickleball. So today, we're actually not going to talk about pickleball.
No, we're not.
We're kind of going to talk about pickleball, but not. Have you heard of the new game called TYPTI? I know you have because we've played it, but I'm talking to the audience. There's a new game out there called TYPTI, TYPTI. I even emailed the company this morning and I said, hey, we're going to talk about you on our podcast, and I'd love to know if this is an acronym for something. No response yet. They might email me back later or might be doing it right now. But it is tennis on a pickleball court.
Correct.
And we saw this somewhere, and I ordered 4 rackets.
Yeah.
And a bunch of balls.
From the only company that makes them.
Yeah. Olo or something like that.
Oh, I think it's Olo.
Yeah. And, but yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, it's pretty
fun. So we're going to talk about this today. It's, there's a lot of traditionalists out there, tennis players, that absolutely despise pickleball.
Yep.
But there are a lot of pickleball courts popping up on their tennis courts, or at least where their tennis courts used to be. And, so this game kind of helps them play tennis on a pickleball court.
Correct.
And it also helps, we had at our local university here at SEMO, Southeast Missouri State University, the tennis coach came to me and he asked me if I had heard of it. And that's when we looked it up. And he said it's great for tennis players in the off season, or when the weather's bad. Mm-hmm. They can still work on their skills. They can still rip the ball. It's a tennis like motion. It's not a pickleball motion.
Oh, yeah,
it's not short and tight like
it's all tennis mechanics.
Yeah.
Yep.
But there's some big money behind this game. Drew Brees, the former quarterback of the New Orleans Saints,
a huge pickleball investor.
He's
now a huge TYPTI investor.
He is. But I think it's good for pickleball.
Yep.
It gets tennis players in the building and helps them keep working on their skills. We invited some of our pickleball players that we're friends with that are avid tennis players to come in and play a little bit. They had a blast. But it's played with a racket, not a paddle.
Shorter racket.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know because I don't know tennis, but I think a tennis racket is like 26 to 28 inches.
Yeah.
And this is like a 22-inch long racket, so it's almost like a youth-sized tennis racket.
Yeah.
And the strings, there's less strings, and the gaps between the strings are bigger because there's less strings. It's 10 by 11, and then a standard racket's like 16 or 18 strings.
We think they probably do that just to
it's more flexible.
Yeah.
And there's because there's bigger holes, there's more grab on the foam ball, and you need it because the foam ball is more pliable.
Right. So you play with a foam ball, and it's bigger than a pickleball. It's probably 3.5 inches, something like that.
Something like that, yeah. It's almost like it's kind of like softball size, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. It is. But the weirdest thing of the whole game is what? How quiet
Everything's
it is.
weird about it.
Everything's weird. But I think the weirdest thing
is the biggest contrast to pickleball.
Yeah, you don't hear it hitting the racket at all.
If you don't have the music on in the facility and you're just hitting around, it's like you have earplugs in. There's nothing going on.
Well, which I think is a huge thing because there's been a lot of communities that have banned outdoor pickleball because of the noise.
Yeah, the ricochet.
Yeah, and so I think you're going to see this become a thing in retirement communities, in just places that have banned pickleball,
especially among people that don't necessarily like pickleball and like tennis more than that sport, or people that still want to play tennis and maybe their old tennis courts have been taken over. They're now outdoor pickleball facilities, and it's a chance to you may live right next to one of these things, and well, you can play this sport on pickleball courts when people aren't playing pickleball.
Totally. So let's talk a little bit about the rules.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get this wrong about 8 times.
So there's no kitchen. So even though there's a kitchen on the pickleball court, you can enter.
Yeah, you can be in the kitchen at any point. The only thing that negates the any point deal is that it still has to bounce twice. So, and that's what keeps you from just being able to
Just
stand right at the
there.
net and
Right.
smack it
And
back.
hammer it.
So it's a 2-bounce rule. You serve underhand like you do in pickleball. There's not an overhand serve like normal tennis, and that would just be insane. I'm sure people have tried playing it that way.
Oh yeah.
But underhand serve into a returner's, ball has to bounce in the return, and then after the return, the ball bounces a second time, and then after that, it's volleys out of the air. But that just, that allows the game to be consistent. You don't have to. If you just have, we actually played it that way one time. We didn't understand the rules the first time. A guy was like, "Oh, so it only has to bounce once," and we were like, "Yeah, I guess that sounds right." And the guy just stands right up at the net, and as soon as you serve it, he just hits it into the ground. It's like, oh, yeah, that's not how that's going to work.
You're right.
So
it's I tell you what, you can hammer the ball. You
Yeah.
wouldn't think that you'd be able to hit it that hard.
yeah, but it also doesn't have a lot of velocity.
No.
Off a hit. So I mean, you can smack the heck out of it, but it's roughly the same speed as a pickleball.
Well, the other weird thing is you can play it off your body.
Oh yeah. So
If it hits you in the head or the face and it bounces back across the net, that counts.
Yep. And you can do it on purpose strategically, which is wild to me.
Yeah, if you
It
miss,
can also hit the net, which there's some troubleshooting on this. So, like a pickleball net, preface the rule first. You can hit the ball, and if you you get served to your first shot, you just drive it into the net. Well, if it bounces off the net, it can bounce once off the ground, and then you can hit it out of the air back over, and the point continues.
it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Like we watched videos that day. You can get on TYPTI.com, if I remember right. Again, TYPTI.com, and you can watch some of these professional guys play, and it is fast paced. They are, they miss the ball with their racket and they hit it with their hand. It's kind of, it's a cross between handball, pickleball, tennis, everything.
Yeah. And if I've read the rules correctly, if this is correct, if strong, I'm sure we'll get a comment about it. But you don't have to. It doesn't necessarily have to be a deflection for you to use any part of your body. If the first shot that you touch the ball, you can just smack it with your hand.
Oh yeah.
If you can get over the net, sure. You're in the baseline, you smack it with your hand, get over the net.
Right.
So it's the rule is anything but the frame of your racket on the second hit.
So this would be the perfect game for me because I could actually play while I'm holding my beer. I wouldn't have to even hold a racket, and I could just hit it with my hand like
you probably hit it with your beer. Honestly,
We
I
hit
don't
the
think anybody
beer,
would complain.
All right, I'm liking this more and more.
Yeah. No, so that's the couple pickleball players or tennis players that turned pickleball players that we've had that still play tennis on a regular basis. We've gotten them in on some games, and a couple of them been like, "Oh, well, this just feels like tennis, but with it's more fun and less pressure."
Yeah,
But,
exactly.
Yeah, it's a lot less movement for a tennis player. Obviously,
I tell you, you can
4 pickleball courts on a tennis court.
You can put some massive spin on it.
You can put enough spin on it that when it bounces, it immediately kicks back, and you have no chance on the ball.
Yeah,
it's insane. So.
Now,
but
the scoring is different than pickleball too.
The scoring still just drives me nuts.
Basically, you're playing. You've got to score 3 in a row, right?
You're playing ups and downs is how they describe it, and I still think we had this wrong because it is a very complex point structure. But basically, the only way you're going to win the game, and there's a series of 5 games. It's best 3 out of 5 to win the series. But to win a game, you have to score 3 points in a row. But you start at 0-0. As soon as you get 1 point, you can only go back down to 1 point. You don't go back down to 0. But if you go up to 2, so say you're up 2-1 and you fault, then your opponent is going to serve and they're going to say 1-1. So you're back down to 1.
I see.
And that's what makes the game be longer. Because if it was just you score 3 and you win,
those
games would be so quick it's not even funny.
No doubt.
But it's a consecutive series of points won.
Yeah.
And then once you've won your first one, you really only have to win 2 in a row to win the game. As far as I've read the rules correctly, we'll see.
I think it's fun. I think it's definitely got some legs to.
It's different.
Yeah, it's different.
It's something new to do. It's an extra sport to have in the facility along with pickleball, which I think is great. There's, some different folks we can have in there playing. Now, one thing that I've seen is that people that are former tennis players, their kids love playing it.
Yeah.
It's just fun for kids to hit around with and be on a court, and that's cool. And then we've got, tennis players that play pickleball and also want to play more tennis. But one thing I will say is that it does, like if you're a strict pickleball player, you go and play TYPTI for a couple hours and you go back to play pickleball, that pickleball paddle feels like a 2x4. It feels awful.
I bet.
It feels like your $300 paddle feels like a $2 paddle. It's like hitting corks, like wine corks with a 2x4 is what it feels like.
So probably not a good idea to play pickleball and TYPTI in the same day.
In the same day, no.
Yeah.
I would sleep on it after playing TYPTI for a couple hours.
You know, it's like when I was a kid, you never wanted to play baseball and golf in the same day.
Not really. Is that a thing?
Oh, yeah. You mess both things up.
Yeah. You start swinging high when you're playing golf.
Yeah. It's not a good thing.
Yeah. So I would say the same about TYPTI. It's a very fun game. I enjoy playing it in the off time, but
you know, it's going to be interesting to see how it's adopted.
You're not going to use TYPTI to warm up before a tournament.
You're right. Right. Yeah.
I guess you could for a tennis tournament.
Well, I recommend everybody listening get on their website and just look at some videos, and then come to the Pickleball Factory. We've got 4 rackets and balls, and you can reserve a court just like you would pickleball.
Yeah.
And you can play TYPTI.
Yeah, and I'm sure as new equipment comes up and it gets more popular, we'll get some more of that stuff in too.
You know, any other racket or paddle sport, I think is a good thing. You know, there was a study that came out that said if you play a racket or paddle sport, it adds 9 years to your life.
Yep.
It was on the internet, so it must be true.
Yeah, sure. I'll find out in 70 years.
Yeah. No, it was some huge study that was done by some big health organization.
Oh, just doing anything cardiovascular is going to help you out, man. It's especially like, to me, I feel like singles pickleball when you're playing with just another player across from you, you're moving around that much. That is some of the best cardio.
Oh yeah,
I've ever gotten in my life.
Gassed.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
And for somebody like me that hates running, do pickleball. Pickleball's a lot more fun.
Exactly, way more fun. Yeah. Way more fun.
So,
well, that's TYPTI.
Yep.
Come in and play.
Yep, try it out.
There you go. Well, as always, we appreciate you all tuning in, because here, pickleball is for all. We'll see you next time. And TYPTI. That's right.